Hey, witchlings! It is Thursday, which means tonight is the podcast. Yay! It is also leap day. So, betting that's going to have something to do with tonight's podcast. Watch the socials because as of right now, that's about the only clue I have. So I will let you know as the time gets closer. So, shall we begin with today's card draw? We have the moon reversed. When the planet turns its face toward the dark, our nocturnal nature draws us out into the enchanted realm we know simply as moon. This is a dominion of dreams that we explore with our senses fully awake. The subconscious spills into consciousness, allowing us to see what is not revealed by sight alone. Strange sounds come to our ears, intoxicating perfumes reach our noses, things appear that only emerge in darkness. We creep softly, following our moon shadows over the colorless world. Ooh, cat's advice. You may have a hard time allowing for the possibility of things you cannot perceive with your daylight mind, the rational and analytical parts of yourself. This can block intuition and dream messages, perhaps even erasing any memory of your dreams at all. Explore your resistance to going deeper within. Next, we have the Hermit reversed. The hermit retreats to the highest branches of a magical pomegranate tree to meditate on the mysteries. Though he prefers his solitude, occasional visitors are welcome. But like the pomegranates, the hermit doesn't offer the fruits of his wisdom easily. There must be some effort involved. The ancient tree of knowledge must be climbed. Alone in his lofty retreat, the hermit has the perspective to see far, and the detachment to come to a calm comprehension of what he observes. Cats who are in the active rush of life's adventures can't always see the big picture. The hermit sees and understands. So the hermit cat's advice. Too much solitude is as harmful as too much society. Even the most dedicated solitaries need some connection with others to keep things in perspective and prevent an inner downward spiral. Consider whether you have withdrawn from the world too much, and if so, consider your reasons. Ruthless, sinister, toying with prey, and taking pleasure in its pain. This is what some ignorant people think is the nature of all cats. Does this look ruthless and sinister to you? In truth, most cats are not cruel, but the potential lies within each of us if we throw off our veneer of civilization. Separated from love and gentleness, nature becomes all tooth and claw. Whether through abuse or neglect, or simply harsh circumstances, the worst part of a cat's character may come to the fore. Many of us have felt this demon within threatening to overtake us. Most of us manage to contain the wicked impulses, taming our temper, smoothing our ruffled fur. The demon cat is trapped inside the thorny thicket of his own malevolence. And the cat's advice. Your spirit has turned toward the light, and liberation is at hand. The control that harmful habits or actions have had over you is diminishing and may be vanquished. Bring your willpower to the fore and make permanent positive changes. Seek the support of encouraging allies to help you through this transitional time. So, what do our oracle cards have to say? Do they agree? Do they disagree? let us see. First, to go with exploring our resistance for going deeper within, it is for the higher good. It is to the higher good that we, go deeper and find out the inner secrets. So, our solitude and too much solitude, probably due to a miscommunication. Happens a lot. And then we are turning towards the light, vanquishing those inner demons and the power and control that those bad habits and actions have had over us, because we have moved on. This is awesome. Moving on is a good thing. So, what is today's rune? All right, we have Yira. The divinity for Yira, Freya or Freyr. The letter is J. The symbol is the seasons. The element is earth. The tree is fruit trees and the oak. Plant is rosemary. Stone is citrine. The color is yellow as wheat and azure as the sky. And the animals are the swallow and the stork, both of which are associated with different seasons. So, this is a time of reaping rewards from seeds sown in the past. It is a time of plenty, of joy and celebration. But it is also a time to work with no time for complacency. So, in other words, to translate into more modern English, it's time to bust your ass and not sit on your ass. All right. The harvest is followed by winter, so you should make sure you have stored enough wisdom to face your next challenge. This is another turning point in life, not a goal. There are greater harvests ahead, but like the farmer, you gotta prepare the land, sow the seed, tend to the seedlings, and then feed the fruit. Yira represents the harvesting of your previously cultivated endeavors and energies. Whether that be physical, mental, or spiritual energy, it is the reaping of what you have sown. Oh man, okay, that's okay. I will read you starting from the description. Hold on, Bubby. Ooh, ooh, out you go. Oof. Yura represents the harvesting of your previously cultivated endeavors and energies. Whether that be physical, mental, or spiritual energy, it is the reaping of what you have sown. Yura shows you that your hard work has paid off, a feeling of accomplishment that should bring celebration and confidence. Yura represents patience and allowing things to come into fruition in due time, paired with hard work and determination. Yura is a symbol of happiness and peace, a beacon of prosperity and success. It allows us to bask in the rewards of our efforts and feel hopeful for the future. We are given confidence and hope each time we complete a cycle upon the earth, reaping rewards as we carefully master its patterns and its habits. This act of harvesting provides the strength and will to trudge through the rough winter months of the year, which closely follow the final harvests. Yura and the harvest cycle is shown by the sowing of crops, the maintaining of their growth and health, and the reaping of their benefits. It represents the breaking open of germinated space that has been cultivated to fruition. Yira is a rune of nature's patterns, symbolizing a pivotal moment in the year when we make our last stand with the sun against the draconian winter. Yira is our final chance to prepare ourselves for the season of darkness. Yira represents the release of internalized energy. When we've carefully maneuvered our ideas internally, with scrutiny and confidence, we can finally allow them to come forward and be released. Yira is the breaking of that closed internal space, a release from the internal realm. Yira is external propulsion of force towards your goals and the harvesting of your mental, physical, and spiritual labor. The earth is alive, and its cycles of death and rebirth are also mimicked within us. As much as we harvest physical bounty in the fall, we also harvest metaphysical and spiritual bounty along with it. Like the falling leaves, we must also fall and wither. We must die with the sun and maneuver the realms of darkness, awaiting our triumphant rebirth in the spring. In relationships, the rune Yira suggests building a long-lasting alliance is not so easy, since many difficulties can arise on its way. Don't rush to any conclusions if any problems occur, because there is a time for everything. The Birds, name of a group from the 50s and 60s. They sing a song that comes directly out of the Bible, Ecclesiastes, if I remember, to everything there is a season. The situation will gradually change. The rune may also indicate that if your feelings are strong enough, you can endure all adversity. In work, Yira claims, work hard since great efforts will pay off with great interest. Today's worries tomorrow will be transformed into something valuable, hard currency, an influential patron, promotion, or a new promising contract. So our key takeaways here. The results of earlier efforts are realized. A time of peace and happiness, a fruitful season. It can break through stagnancy, hopes and expectations of peace and prosperity. The promise of success earned, life cycle, the cyclical pattern of the universe. Everything changes in its own time. Change, cycles turning, reward, motion, productivity, and inevitable development. Yeah, so today's goddess. Well, hello there. Today's goddess. We have Athena, goddess of wisdom. She is Greek. In Rome, she is Minerva. I love the Greek and Roman pantheons. Her mythology. A daughter of Zeus, Athena is the Greek goddess of wisdom, arts, and war, making her a triple threat and a central figure of feminine and intellectual strength. In Greek legend, Athena sprang fully grown, wearing her golden armor, from Zeus's head after he swallowed her pregnant mother, Metis. Athena competed with Poseidon to be the patron god of the Greek capital. Poseidon gave them the gift of a saltwater well from which they could not drink. Athena gave them an olive tree, which provided shade from the sun, oil for their lamps, and olives that they could eat. It's no wonder that the capital city then became Athens, and she its deity. Today, the olive branch still serves as a universal symbol of peace. Although known as the goddess of war, Athena represents the reason and strategy aspect of battle. She is often portrayed with an owl on her right shoulder, representing wisdom, and Medusa on her shield, representing Athena's ties to earlier mythologies from pre-Greek cultures. Athena is also credited with gifting the world with art and teaching humans weaving, pottery, and architecture. The Parthenon is the most famous temple built in honor of Athena. Her wisdom guided architects in building it, and it stood as a tribute to her famous virtue and sexual modesty, a massive divergence from the Greek gods' typical romantic involvements. We all know about Zeus and Hera. So, call on Athena when you need to access your inner intuition and wisdom. Goddess of war and wisdom, Athena asks you to think strategically before you act. Use the wisdom you've gained from your experience to determine the path to the most positive outcome for your situation. Namaste. Removing the glasses. We are touching our toes today. Good luck with that. In the most gentle way possible, touch your toes. Stretch, breathe, hold the pose. Think not of the stretch or the effort. Think of the beauty of the pose. When you are ready, bring yourself back to a more relaxed position. Repeat the process while giving gratitude to your body and the miraculous miracle of movement. When we focus on beauty and giving thanks, the strain and effort of any task is more evenly spread and we don't feel it as much. Acknowledge the beauty in every task and give thanks to the opportunity to accomplish it. Your reward will be a graceful life full of joy. This is true. This is very, very true. Oftentimes, as a yoga instructor, we get so caught up in what I like to refer to as Instagram yoga sana. You know, the making the pose look good for Instagram because, you know, it's all about how it looks and taking that cool picture of doing Lord of the Dance pose on top of some plateau where if you sneeze wrong, you're going to fall off the cliff. Rather Photoshop myself into that personally, but that's just me. Personally, having learned more about yoga and the philosophy, it is not how the pose looks, but more how it feels. And in truth, and I've said this before, and there is a video on my YouTube channel about the 8 limbs of yoga. Yoga is so much more than just the asana. Asana isn't even the first limb of yoga. It is the third or fourth. I can never remember, and I feel like a really bad yoga teacher for not being able to remember that. But so, continuing on. Today's self-compassion. What else? Bring to mind a recent small frustration. Notice the sensations of the difficult emotions. So we are taking a breath and then notice what, if any, other emotions may also be present in this moment. So we're thinking about something, a minor frustration. Okay, so let's see. I was trying to get to my appointment at the VA, and I ended up running just a little bit later than I wanted to be. So I was frustrated. So I got to the parking lot, and it never fails. If I am 10, 15 minutes early, there's lots of parking. If I am eking in just on time, I can't find a spot. So of course that frustrates me. So I'm circling the parking lot, going up and up and up. And then, so that was frustrating me. I couldn't find a spot. And then there was this guy in a Ford Bronco who had his windows down and was blasting his music, which wasn't even music I really wanted to listen to. So that annoyed me. And there were tons of little annoyances yesterday. So on top of the frustration of being late, there was the frustration that I couldn't find a parking space. And there was that fear that I was going to be late for my appointment. And we all know the doctors are not nice if you are late for your appointment. They will make you reschedule. This is the VA hospital. If I had to reschedule, it would have taken a while. So there was that. Yeah, that's where I was yesterday. Today's candle, I almost forgot. And now I actually kind of feel bad about that. Today's candle. I have a friend who's gotten word that her younger sister is in need of thoughts, prayers, chants, candles, all of the above. So we are sending all the love and light we have to my friend's little sister. Mr. Rogers, deep within us, no matter who we are, there lives a feeling of wanting to be lovable, of wanting to be the kind of person that others like to be with. And the greatest thing we can do is to let people know that they are loved and capable of loving. And that's our daily draw for today. Again, it is Thursday. We will be doing our podcast this evening. So come back at 4 o'clock Pacific time, and I will see you then. I hope you all have a magical, wonderful, blessed day. I love you all. And as Will Wheaton says, don't be a dick. See you then.